This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the McDonald's chicken tender fillets. I bought this for €3.99. Yes, I did. I just looked at the receipt and I took the barbecue sauce because I thought those chicken fillet tenders maybe do go well with that. And the sweet and sour sauce got a lot worse over the years, so yeah. So the $3.99 is for 3 of these little tenders. They look alright. They look like meat actually. They do not look like they've got all the exact same form, or well, maybe they do. Maybe it's just the regular chicken McNuggets reloaded in some way. But I've never had any sort of tenders before. I did hear a lot about tenders over the years from Americans, for example, that chicken tendies meme and all that good stuff. But I never had them before, and they aren't really all that popular here. Not with adults, not with children, not really popular at all. That's very much, at least up until this point, a very American thing it seems. Anyway, they look alright. The breading, seems to be fine. It's breaded better on one side than on the other, but that's okay so far. It's a bit squishy, Cannot really tell if it's made just from the squishiness, and the bendiness is fine as well. Alright. Give me a second, I have to switch out the battery of the camera. Okay, we did a quick camera battery reload, I guess. Let's put these on here and slice this apart maybe a little bit. And we can see that the breading does not adhere to the chicken too well. It does actually look like meat. Now that's something new. Maybe you can see it like this, you can see it actually quite well. When you look at it, it looks like this is actually meat and not just some ground up stuff and mashed up together stuff from all the rest of the meat that they have produced previously. Not the typical slaughterhouse waste, it seems. Anyway, let's give this a bite. Now I've got to say that I do actually like this. The consistency is fine. You can see where I say it looks like chicken, tastes fine. The breading is crunchy enough. It could be maybe a little bit crunchy, but it's fine. It really is fine. Maybe you could hear that as well. Another bite of that, and then we'll try this out with the barbecue sauce. Here we got the barbecue sauce. Does it look as dark on the camera as well? Yes, it looks almost exactly on the camera, at least on the camera screen, as it does IRL. It smells very smoky, and maybe a little bit too smoky. With those barbecue sauces, that is quite often the case, that they are just too damn smoky overall. Now let's dip this in and see. Although I've got to say that the color of this looks nice, like some dark, slightly brownish ketchup. Really nice looking. Yes, with the sauce as well, quite alright. Now, I am surprised by this. I'm used to the chicken McNuggets, and those got worse over the years, and my favorite sauce of McDonald's, the sweet and sour sauce, that got worse over the years. Back in the day, you couldn't really tell what was really in that sauce. It was just the magical sweet and sour stuff. That particular flavor for McDonald's nowadays, it just tastes like apricot sauce, and it's kind of weird. It's not really sour at all. There's a little bit of citrus flavor in there, but nothing else, and just the apricot, it's just not nice. This right here is a welcome change, I've got to say. Much better than the regular chicken McNuggets. I mean, $3.99 for 3 of those, and did we take a smaller? I think we took one of the smaller ones. Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's quite alright. Now, something we could do, now that we've got these things here, once again, a little look at what they look on the inside when you just break them apart. You can actually see that particular filamenty structure right there. We can peel off a bit of this breading. Now this one actually sticks better to the meat. And look at the underside. It's quite hot, still quite hot, as always good. When you look at the actual meat that you've got, it's pretty much the exact same thickness as the regular chicken McNugget. And when you compare like the left one to the right one, You know, with the breading, without the breading, it looks like there's absolutely nothing left. That's a bit disappointing. I'm glad that I actually did that because, yeah, they look a lot heftier than they do without the breading. Quite interesting how much that adds in that feeling of what you're actually eating. That's actually maybe a bit of a criticism from my side, that the breading itself, you know, it's so thick that it can't be crunchy throughout, which is a bit unfortunate. So you've got some sort of like bready, almost floury texture to it sometimes, which is a bit disappointing, but you know, overall I've got to say it's alright. So I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish this off, and I'll be back with you with the full review and the rating, with a little rating sheet. The item has now been fully consumed, and I think we are ready to do a final rating of the chicken tender fillets by McDonald's. Now, the first impression, there is no way around that. That was yeah, full rating in that regard. It looked pretty good. Yeah, in some cases the breading was a bit thicker than other places, but just from looking at it, it looked like I expected it would, and well, better than usual when you come to the actual pictures that they advertise these things with and the product that you actually get at the end. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed by that actually. Color-wise, these fillet tenders go actually really well with that brown carton. Looks yeah, looks classic, looks nice and trendy, I guess, nowadays as well. I do like these more carton-like boxes. Never really liked that white from McDonald's all too much. In Italy, they have these carton ones, or these, well, the other ones are carton too, but these carton-colored cartons, well before we did over here in Germany, and I did never know why we didn't get those. They looked so much better. Anyway, enough of the carton. Consistency and texture wise. Now, this is getting not exactly full points because the chicken itself is fine, I've got to say. Yeah, don't really want to complain about it. I did enjoy it. The breading though, while it is okay for the most part, sometimes you do have these softer pieces of breading that just remind me of a weird dough-like structure, even slightly floury in some places, and that really takes away from the entire eating experience, and that crunchiness on the outside cannot make up for a big enough patch of this flouriness on the breading on the outside. It's just really unfortunate sometimes. Other than that though, completely fine. The meat itself, texture-wise, fine, and so was the breading, apart from these floury bits. Taste-wise, now, what do I do? What do I do? Now, they could be a bit more spicy. That's really all I want to say about that, because otherwise, I have to say that they have been a bit bland, but okay, we've got the barbecue sauce for that, which is fine, but they just could use a bit of pepper, maybe, a bit more salt and pepper in the breading itself. Maybe that would actually drag away or, you know, divert from that floury texture sometimes. But if you've got a bit of something to distract you from that, yeah, I think it would really go a long way. The barbecue sauce, by the way, I do know that I did have barbecue sauce before. Maybe not this exact one, certainly not this exact one, because the previous barbecue sauce I had from McDonald's was absolutely awful. This right here, it smells as smoky as the old ones did, but it's not, you know, it's not that obnoxious when it comes to the smoke flavor that they put in here. This one here is actually fine. It's sweeter than I expected, a bit more fruitier than I expected as well. Overall, very pleasant, very, very pleasant. I might even take a look if I could, you know, get this in a full bottle for barbecues in summer. Anyway, theme realization wise, yeah, I said 0 points, but I just have to. This is not the bonus point category anymore. They did what they said they would do. Yeah, chicken fillet tenders. They've been alright. 9 out of 10. I'm impressed. I didn't expect to be impressed, because usually when I expect big things from companies like McDonald's or Burger King for that matter, in recent times I've often been disappointed. Especially when it comes to me wanting to try out certain things that come over from America. And these chicken fillet tenders, yeah, I thought they weren't, you know, going to be all that great, but they are quite decent, 9 out of 10, and this was kind of cringe. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. See you soon. Bye bye.